following. Yeah. So Richie, how does it feel the first time you have your own album in your hands?
It's been something that I've been dreaming about all my life. I think it's a privilege to make records, and I'm happy that I have the chance to do it. You know, for 32 years I've always wanted to do this record, and on my birthday this year I delivered it, and it seems like it was the end of something but the beginning of a whole new other facet of my life, so it feels really good.
So it now feels, it was a question for years and years, but now it finally feels as if bands are only kind of like, you know, just starters for people to make their own careers. So it's, I mean, do you think now young people who are going to start bands are already starting thinking, well, I'm going to split the band up in 5 years once we have a couple of #1 albums?
No. I don't think that it was a split up of the band. I think it was a very healthy thing for both John and I to you know, split off in a different direction and do our respective solo projects, because you have to understand that for 10 years we were in very close quarters and we made 4 records together and toured the world extensively, and you really don't get a chance to practice your craft and learn much outside of what you do, because you're kind of stuck in that world, especially when you're on tour. When you're on the road, it seems like time stops and you're kind of just doing that thing, you know. So when we came into this band, all of us had these diverse, different backgrounds, musical backgrounds, that we all brought to the table that made Bon Jovi happen. But then after 10 years of being together, all that background was kind of used up. So I think it was important for us and very healthy for us at this time to do some offshoot projects to explore what we needed to explore. And then I think that when we come back to the table, I think that the band is going to be a better band, and I think the next Bon Jovi record will probably be the best one.
What's the difference in the music or even in the songwriting? I mean, how did you feel that there were songs that actually couldn't be band songs but had to be, you know, your own solo stuff? Or I mean, is there any difference there?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, because in Bon Jovi, John is the focal point. So even when I would write with John for Bon Jovi, I had to write from his point of view. I couldn't say anything lyrically within a song that John didn't want to communicate or he didn't want to sing. So when we were writing, it was for him to communicate, and that was a group is 5 people together putting their emotions together into this big pot of soup, you know, kind of like stirring it up, and it comes out Bon Jovi. When John does a solo project, it's John Bon Jovi's emotions that come across. When I do a solo project, it's my emotions that come across. So I think that, you know, when you're working with 5 people and you're in a band, everybody has input, you know, and it's a very important thing. So it's a democracy, but when you're doing a solo album, I think that if people want to get to know me, they can listen to this record and they can know Richie Sambora. They can pick up a Bon Jovi record and see what I'm like in Bon Jovi, but if they want to know musically and also what my reflections are upon my life after 32 years, if they really want to listen to this record, I think that they will get to know me as a person. So it's different in that way.
Well, whenever anybody steps out of a successful band to start anything on his own, it's obvious